14,000 Amazon workers just got devastating news. They're losing their jobs, and this is only the beginning. The company announced these massive layoffs on Tuesday, giving most employees just 90 days to scramble for new internal positions before they're out. But here's the terrifying part. Amazon's CEO openly admitted this could balloon to 30,000 job cuts. We're talking about real people, software engineers, project managers, analysts who thought they had secure careers at one of the world's biggest companies. These aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. These are professionals with mortgages, families, and dreams that just got shattered. And Amazon isn't sugarcoating it. They're explicitly saying AI will replace human workers across every company and every field. If it's happening at Amazon, with their 350,000 corporate employees, no worker anywhere is safe. Why are these jobs disappearing, and what do workers need to know? Amazon is restructuring to become what CEO Andy Jassy calls the world's biggest startup, code for cutting costs and replacing humans with AI. The company is being brutally honest about this transformation. They're not just trimming fat, they're fundamentally changing how work gets done. Jassy has stated that AI will allow them to have a reduced human workforce, and that billions of AI agents are coming to replace workers across industries. For Amazon employees, this means fewer management layers, consolidated roles, and entire departments being automated away. The 90-day internal job search period sounds generous, but it's really a competition where thousands of qualified people are fighting for limited positions. Workers need to understand this isn't about performance, it's about technological replacement. The company is prioritizing efficiency gains over job security, and they're openly planning more cuts. This represents a fundamental shift in how tech companies view their workforce, not as assets to develop, but as costs to minimize through automation. Meta provides a stark example of how this AI-driven job displacement is spreading across tech. In 2022 and 2023, Meta eliminated over 21,000 positions, while simultaneously investing billions in AI infrastructure and automation tools. Like Amazon, Meta framed these cuts as efficiency improvements and becoming a leaner organization. But the human cost was devastating. Entire teams of content moderators, recruiters, and engineers found themselves obsolete overnight. Meta's remaining employees reported increased workloads, longer hours, and constant anxiety about future cuts. The company's AI investments weren't creating equivalent jobs for displaced workers. Instead, they were designed to eliminate the need for human intervention entirely. Meta's approach mirrors Amazon's strategy perfectly. Cut human costs while scaling AI capabilities. Workers at Meta discovered that loyalty and performance meant nothing when algorithms could do their jobs cheaper. The most telling aspect was how quickly these changes happened. Meta went from aggressive hiring during the pandemic to mass layoffs within months, showing how rapidly AI adoption can transform workforce needs. Many displaced Meta employees struggled to find equivalent positions because other tech companies were implementing similar AI-driven cost-cutting measures. The skills that made these workers valuable, data analysis, content review, customer service, were exactly the areas where AI showed the most immediate impact. This created a cascading effect where qualified professionals found themselves competing for fewer and fewer positions that hadn't been automated yet. The numbers tell a sobering story about what's happening to American workers right now. Amazon's 14,000 layoffs represent just 4% of their corporate workforce, but when you zoom out, the scale becomes staggering. The tech industry has eliminated over 4,000 jobs since 2022, according to Layoffs.fyi tracking data. That's nearly 500,000 families suddenly thrust into financial uncertainty. But here's what's really alarming. These aren't temporary economic adjustments. McKinsey research suggests that by 2030, up to 375 million workers globally will need to switch occupations due to automation and AI. In the US alone, that could mean 54 million workers, roughly one-third of the workforce, facing career disruption. The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that workers over 45 take an average of 25% longer to find new employment after layoffs, and often accept positions paying 20% less than their previous roles. For Amazon's affected workers, many in their 40s and 50s, with specialized corporate skills, this age discrimination becomes a double burden alongside AI displacement. Even more concerning is the skills gap crisis. While AI eliminates certain jobs, it's creating others that require completely different expertise. The World Economic Forum estimates that 50% of all employees will need reskilling by 2025. But most companies, including Amazon, are offering limited retraining support. This creates a vicious cycle where displaced workers can't access the jobs that do exist because they lack the required skills, while employers claim they can't find qualified candidates. The result is a growing class of permanently displaced workers, experienced professionals who find themselves unemployable not because they lack ability, but because their skills no longer match market demands in our rapidly automating economy. The secondary impacts on workers extend far beyond the immediate job losses. Wage suppression is already visible across the tech sector as desperate job seekers compete for fewer positions. Software engineers who once commanded 150,000 plus salaries are accepting 100,000 offers just to stay employed. This wage deflation is spreading to adjacent industries as displaced tech workers flood into consulting, finance, and traditional corporate roles. Job security has become a myth. Even workers who survived the current cuts live in constant fear of the next round. This psychological stress is measurable. Mental health claims among tech workers have increased 40% since mass layoffs began. Career path disruption affects not just current workers, but future ones too. College students are abandoning computer science programs, seeing the instability ahead. Universities report declining enrollment in technical fields as students question whether these skills will remain valuable. The retraining challenge is enormous. Displaced workers face the cruel irony of needing to learn AI tools to remain relevant, while those same tools eliminate their jobs. Traditional retraining programs designed for manufacturing workers don't address the unique challenges facing knowledge workers. These professionals often can't afford to take entry-level positions while retraining, creating a financial cliff that forces many out of their careers entirely. Educational institutions are struggling to keep pace with changing skill requirements, leaving workers caught between obsolete training and inaccessible new opportunities. The geographic concentration of tech jobs means entire communities face economic devastation. When Amazon cuts thousands of jobs in Seattle, it affects everyone from baristas to real estate agents. Local tax revenues drop, reducing public services precisely when displaced workers need them most. This creates a vicious cycle where job losses compound community-wide economic distress. We're witnessing a fundamental transformation of work itself, and workers are bearing the human cost of this technological revolution. Amazon's brutal honesty about replacing humans with AI should serve as a wake-up call for every professional, not just those in tech. The promise that AI will create new jobs rings hollow when we see the speed and scale of displacement happening right now. These aren't abstract economic forces, they're real people losing their livelihoods, while companies celebrate efficiency gains and stock price increases. The social contract between employers and employees has fundamentally broken down. Loyalty, performance, and experience no longer guarantee job security when algorithms can do the work cheaper. As workers, we must demand that the benefits of AI productivity gains be shared, not just concentrated among shareholders and executives. The future of work is being written now, and workers deserve a voice in that narrative. If this analysis opened your eyes to what's really happening in today's job market, subscribe to stay informed about the forces reshaping your career and economic future.